the first thing to do is to get in there and meet and greet and speak to as many people as you can. And if you don't have a tremendous set of social skills, and that's tough. A lot of people with a lot of, activist zeal, and I understand this very well, haven't spent a lot of time in cotillion, for example. And so you haven't cultivated that kind of thing. Then really get with a mentor who can help you to work through how it is that you can approach people with tremendously opposing viewpoints, or with who are very excited, let me spit this out, or speaking to people who are very excited about the cause and just want to get rolling. How can you work with them in the most effective way? And really get to know your people. Get to know the locals, because in our group, in just the group that tended to gather there, we had everything, it was not quite a Yale to jail group, but we had a whole lot in between. We had everything from PhD holders to, people who were in the unskilled trades, and you know what? They weren't necessarily different people. So that's something that you might run into. And you might find out that your local blueberry farmer is also, a lawyer who's worked around the country. So, you have to get to know your people. And again, if you haven't cultivated the ability also to be able to go and speak to, people who are pushing agendas that are so extraordinarily opposed to your own, then that's got to be cultivated, because one of the most important things to do is to find out what they're thinking. Not just what they're up to, but what they're thinking. What is it that what is their expectation? Because they have goals too. They have, they may have bought their own press. They may believe their own publicity, but they're also human, and it's not necessarily just going to help you to bring them down faster or harder, but it might be incredibly effective to get to know them, because there might be a way out that simply hasn't been explored.